little heroes.
Long, long ago, in a faraway land, God's people were taken to Babylon. It began in the days of Jehoiakim, king of Judah. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem, and the city fell. Precious treasures from God's temple were carried away, placed in the house of Babylon's gods. Then the king said to his chief official, Ashpenaz, "Bring me the best of Israel's young men, smart, strong, quick to learn, to serve in my palace." Among them were 4 friends from Judah: Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. New land, new language, and even new names. Daniel, Belteshazzar; Hananiah, Shadrach; Mishael, Meshach; Azariah, Abednego. They were offered royal food and wine, but Daniel made a brave choice. "Please, test us for 10 days, vegetables and water only, then compare us with the others." 10 days later, Daniel and his friends looked healthier and stronger. God gave them knowledge and wisdom, and to Daniel, understanding in visions and dreams.
One night, King Nebuchadnezzar had a troubling dream. He demanded his magicians to tell him the dream and its meaning, or else they will be asked to leave their jobs. None could do it. When Daniel heard about this, he prayed and God revealed the secret. Daniel said, "O king, your dream is about a giant statue, who had golden head, chest and arms of silver, belly and thighs of bronze, legs of iron, feet of iron and clay, and how a stone from heaven struck the feet. The statue crumbled, and God's kingdom filled the earth." Nebuchadnezzar was amazed. He honored Daniel and promoted him and his friends. Later, the king built a tall golden statue and commanded everyone to bow when the music played. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego would not bow to the golden statue. The king ordered them to bow or be thrown into a burning furnace. They answered, "Our God can save us, and even if he doesn't, we will not bow." The furnace was heated 7 times hotter and the soldiers threw them in, but the king watched in astonishment. He saw 4 walking in the fire, and the 4th looked like the Son of God. The 3 friends came out not a hair singed, not even smelling of smoke. The king praised the God who saves and promoted them. Another dream came to the king about a giant tree that fed everything. Then a holy messenger cried, "Cut it down!" Again, the king woke up sad. He quickly sent for Daniel. Daniel explained the dream. "O King Nebuchadnezzar, your dream meant that the king would be humbled until he learned that the Most High God rules in the affairs of men. It happened because the king was too proud. The king lost his glory and lived like an animal until he looked to heaven in acknowledgement of God, and God restored him. The king praised the God of heaven, saying his kingdom lasts forever." Much later, after the reign of King Nebuchadnezzar, King Belshazzar threw a party and used holy cups from Jerusalem. Suddenly, a hand wrote glowing words on the palace wall, which made the king very scared. He again called for Daniel. Standing before him, Daniel read the words, me, tekel, parson, God has numbered your days. You've been weighed and found wanting. Your kingdom will be given to the Medes and Persians." That very night, Babylon fell, and Darius the Mede became king. King Darius set leaders over the land, and Daniel shone brightest of all. Jealous hearts stirred, and the advisors plotted to get rid of Daniel. They convinced the king to make a law that for 30 days no one could pray to anyone but the king. The king agreed and sealed the law with his golden ring. Daniel went home, opened his window toward Jerusalem, and prayed as he always had. The advisors caught him praying and reported it. King Darius realized he had been trapped. He tried all day to rescue Daniel, but the law could not be changed. At evening, Daniel was lowered into the lion's den. King Darius said, "Daniel, servant of the living God, may your God, whom you serve continually, deliver you." The lions padded near, eyes bright in the dark. Daniel whispered a prayer, trusting God completely. Then an angel shut the lions' mouths. The great lions lay down like sleepy kittens, and Daniel was safe all night. At sunrise, the king hurried to the den and cried out, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to deliver you from the lions?" Daniel answered joyfully, "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths. I am safe." They lifted Daniel out, not a scratch on him because he trusted in his God. The jealous leader's plot was uncovered. The men and their families who had plotted were thrown into the lion's den, And this time the lions did not stay still. They pounced before anyone even touched the floor. The king then declared to all peoples and nations, "Honor the God of Daniel. He is the living God. His kingdom will never end. He rescues and saves, and he delivered Daniel from the lions." Daniel prospered through the reign of Darius and into the days of Cyrus the Persian. Daniel later spoke to the people, saying he stood not because he was strong, but because God is strong. When lions roared, God shut their mouths. When kings made decrees, God's word stood higher. Don't trust in riches or idols that fade. Trust the living God who reigns forever. Stand faithful even when others bow. Pray even when others forbid it. God hears. God saves. When the world feels scary and the night is long, stand with courage. God will make you strong. If the ground is shaking and fear is all around, trust God's promise. He's your solid ground. Stand together and you can stand on solid ground. Boys and girls, Daniel's story shows that God is faithful in every season. Be brave. Be kind. Pray every day. Trust the God who rescues. If you like this Bible adventure, tap the bell, subscribe, and share with a friend. Remember, the God who saved Daniel is with you too.